what we have noticed recently, we've had a significant ramp up in people on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube coming at us with hate. Now, there's been two different groups. Group one is what you would expect, the vegans. But the thing is about them is the people that are liberal vegans in the past kind of left us alone. That wasn't really a group of people that came after us, like the PETA type people. Yeah. But it's really ramped up, and I'm not sure why. It all started with that squirrel post about doing the squirrel hunting competition. That's what kicked it all off. And now
outraged them.
Now every post I got a tribe of people who hate me.
On a hunting show?
It's really funny. Who was it? Someone recently was just looking at my page. I think it was my sister, and she goes, "Man, people hate you now." And I was like, yeah, I kind of noticed that too. But here's a trend that we noticed on TikTok, and obviously Ryan just went through it, was that on TikTok, it's a platform that, like, for some reason, I still feel like it's not real enough, that we've taken to just being savages. Typically, if people argue with us on Facebook or Instagram, we'll mess with them a little bit and argue back and maybe say something funny. But, like, we're pretty careful, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
But on TikTok, I say terrible things because that's the arena to do it, I guess. I don't know. I just have decided that that's the place.
Seems like it's got the least rules.
Yeah, it does. So we made a post, and this post, you can go look at it on our TikTok. It's got, as I'm sitting here, 45,000 views, 714 likes, 194 comments. And the post was, hey, have you ever noticed that when you're cleaning rabbits, it can smell because wild rabbits tend to have a stink to them that's pretty distinctive and surprising. Squirrels do too, but I think rabbits are worse for some reason. Mm-hmm. And anyone we've ever hunted with knows. Now, Ray from Hotshot Outfitters hunts rabbits 60 days a year. Mm-hmm. And he says and he hunts turkeys and geese and rabbits and squirrels and pheasants. And he does it all. Mm-hmm. The guy's twice the hunter that any of us will ever be. And he's already forgotten more than anybody who commented on this post even learned. Okay. Now, he even said it. And I was like, yeah. And that's kind of where I learned it. I was like, yeah, that does frickin' stink. And I realized that the trick that we've always used for getting the smell of fish off our hands and getting the smell of rabbit off our hands is Fast Orange. That soap with, like, the
little bits,
the little lava stuff in it that's, like, gritty. You wash your hands with that. It really does get the smell off, and it's the only one that doesn't leave that hint. Because what we've noticed is, and I said this in that video, is, like, you do it, Jeff, because you know what I'm talking about, the soap thing, like what it does to it.
Any soap that you use, because the smell is so uniquely bad, your brain then associates that smell with whatever soap you used. So, like, one of the first times that I cleaned rabbits effectively and then washed my hands afterwards, it was some kind of country apple something.
We have that in our bathroom right now.
Every time there's any country apple soap or any soap that smells kind of like that, my brain goes, mm-mm.
Oh, no.
It's the only thing I have that when people are like, oh, man, I got sick and threw that up once and now I can't eat it. Like, I don't really get that, but the soap thing I get. I can't stand
How funny would it be if we're sitting here and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what we have in the bathroom. He goes, I know. When he holds his hands, got shit all over it. He's like, then this smells way better.
Yeah. But I've never, no matter how you shoot the rabbit, whether you shoot it in, like, the back or, right in the head and it dies right away, there's never been a rabbit that I've cleaned that was like, oh, this one doesn't have it. They all have it. They all have some kind of smell.
You can't avoid it.
No, and it's
wrong.
Unpleasant.
So there's a group of rabbit farmers that think you're an idiot. So I'm going to just kind of scroll through these comments, and you guys can continue to comment on them. But so that was the video. I was describing, use Fast Orange. It's our secret weapon against fish guts and rabbits. No big deal. And this guy goes, get a handful of dirt and wash your hands with it. So I said, okay, Smeagol. Because it reminded me of, like, my precious.
Yeah. It's just dirty.
And then Ryan chipped in and said, good one. And then he said, that's when he came around. So then I said, okay, Smeagol. He said, okay, soft hands, which was, I thought, good. Because I said your hands get soft from the Fast Orange, so it's, like, kind of a funny bit.
Yeah.
And then I wrote, haha, nice. He goes, anybody that eats squirrels is a friend. I just had to come back and say something, LOL. So I didn't have a problem with him. Then this guy comments, sissy. All I did was say I get the smell off your hands, man. I said, I just prefer women to think I smell good. You should try it. And then Ryan commented, "My name's Luke, and I like to smell like fish, and anybody who doesn't want to smell like rotten is a sissy." And the guy goes, "Sorry, man." To which
That's like a text where you get, okay.
well,
what do you want from me?
Well, what we're noticing, though, is like, so if you engage, that's 2 in a row there. And then the guy goes, anybody that eats, the one before that said, anybody that eats squirrels is a friend. I had to come back with something. And I said, amen to that. Now we're friends and have a great small game season. He goes, so where's your show air? So now he's a fan.
Nice.
all right.
Okay, he apologized. The guy Ryan dealt with apologized. This guy apologized in a weird way. But it's really weird that it's like on TikTok, if we fight people, they engage and then apologize.
Yeah.
They subdue.
It's what the Lord wants.
Every interaction is, hey, screw you. Me? And then they go, I'm just kidding.
It is kind of like that. I guess.
Okay. What was the contribution then? What conversation were you hoping to have?
What led you to?
Were you just looking for any interaction at all? That was your goal?
Then this guy, I saw a lot of this. What are you talking about? Healthy rabbits do not smell at all. It takes less than 5 minutes to clean a rabbit. And I go, name one single thing I said about how long or how hard it is to clean a rabbit.
Which was
like,
not mentioned once.
A lot of people were like commenting like, it's not hard to clean a rabbit. You don't know what you're doing. It's not hard. It's not hard. I never said it was hard. It's the easiest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I never said it was
Talking
hard.
about the smell after
Fast
the fact.
orange.
No.
No.
No, you
It's hard.
You said
You
it's
said
hard.
it's hard.
You better
You're
have
dumb.
guts in your nails.
So then another guy said mustard works great for fish too. I don't like the smell of mustard.
Mustard?
I could
Like
see
wash
how
your
like,
hands with
I
mustard.
don't want
Yeah,
my hands
probably.
to smell like mustard.
And this guy said, latex gloves, you duff. And I said, does that still mean designated ugly fat friend?
I didn't know that that's what Duff was.
I'm just trying to clean
That's
my
the way I
hands, you
know
poof.
it. He could be talking about something else.
So
Did he reply?
no, he didn't,
Dang.
unfortunately.
Does that still mean?
And then this one said,
You
oh,
duff. What?
this-
What?
this one said, oh, what a Nancy. The rabbits don't stink and neither do squirrel. What? Haha, upside down smiley face. And I go, man, you're probably so cool and smell so good and have so many women chasing you. Please guide me. And they said, seriously, you're that butthurt that easily? Wash with good soap equals the smell gone, and the process doesn't bother you if you're not a panty waste. And it's funny that you assume my gender.
What are these
Guess
words?
that happens when a woman outdoes you. And I said,
Oh,
yeah,
great.
that's what happened.
I bet she shoots better than all the guys too.
Yep, that's
She
exactly
got
it.
all the jokes.
we went through it.
I deeply regret not responding to the last one when it's like, this must be what happens when a woman outdoes you. I should have said, sorry, man.
Oh, nice.
I do regret that. This guy said, I use Fast Orange after fishing too. And I said, it really does work on fish. That's such a reasonable response.
It
Yeah.
exfoliates your hand, so it takes off the top layer of skin, which helps to get rid
Which
of
is
more
where
of the
that
scent.
smell
No
lives.
way.
Rabbits are not hard to skin.
And then this guy goes,
Stop talking.
This guy goes, keep in mind, there's 194 comments as I sit here.
Dang.
And I'm just reading you the bad ones. So there's a lot of people that are like,
Those
thanks.
are the best ones.
And there's also people who are giving genuine advice on other ones.
He said, you have no idea what you're talking about. I've raised rabbits for 40 years with no stink.
No way. That's true.
So I said, so me and 20,000 other plus people on this video are just wrong because 20,000 people had liked it or whatever,
Yeah.
watched it. He said, yes, to be blunt. There's not 20,000 people on the site that actually raised or dressed rabbits or any animal. Properly dressed equals no smell. I go, yeah, if they aren't shot, bro. Using a shotgun shoots a spray of pellets, you understand. The guts will normally have 1 or 2 pellets to open them up. We aren't talking farm raised. So he quit responding.
Dang.
I want them to.
Yeah.
They
I'm now curious to know if there's a difference between domestic rabbits and wild rabbits.
probably.
Well, a lot of people are saying that diet, if you feed the rabbits correctly, then they won't have a stink to them in their guts. But if they kept using the word dispatch too in here. Well, yeah, if you just shoot the rabbit with one bullet in the head or zap it or just cut its head off or however they're euthanizing the rabbits, of course it's not going to smell.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I guess I raised ducks, and the ducks that I ate didn't taste swampy or anything like that some ducks get sometimes
makes
from
complete
eating in the
sense.
wild.
Which is crazy in your yard. But this guy said...
You got a nice yard.
I know.
It's a great backyard.
He said, Buddy obviously doesn't hunt that often, to me. Squirrels and rabbits are the easiest, most simple creatures to field dress.
You're
Again.
so dumb.
Grow up and get over the smell, panty waste.
What is panty
That I will
waste?
never do. I'm not getting.
So I replied with, Google me. He said, I don't hunt a lot. I win at that argument every time.
Yeah.
They used panty waste in the movie Sandlot, which was depicted in the 1960s. So you can imagine the
You can-
demographic that's
what is
saying.
Next, you're going to tell me the whole situation is cattywampus or what in Sam Hill? What is this?
So after I said, Google me, he goes, buddy, I don't need to. The shit you're spewing from your mouth tells me all I need to know. When you actually hunt these animals season in and season out like me, you know a little bit about them.
Wow.
And everything you're saying is beyond false. I go, that doesn't seem to be true.
That is some big hubris.
Over me saying, like, yeah, the rabbit gut smell, so you use this to wash your hands.
No.
They're easy. They're easy.
It's not hard.
Maybe
Then this guy
they're
said-
liberal hunters.
Guess when you're... No, they called me Biden supporters halfway down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Another guy goes, guess when you're cleaning a rabbit, you shouldn't cut the guts open, and this wouldn't happen. And I go, yeah, but again, if you're using a shotgun, a lot of times pellets will open up the guts. Please show me the way, oh perfect hunter. This is one of my favorite ones here. This chick said, I've cleaned rabbits and noticed zero smell. Zero. She had to put an extra zero. And I said, you got the COVID. And she said, every time. And I said, no, just 3 of the 4 times. But her name is Ari, and I don't know this person. I go, no, just 3 of 4 times. But Ari, you're one of those people who remember the good times. And that's why you blocked out that one bad time. Classic Ari.
I wish she would have responded.
She did.
Oh, really?
She said, go to... No, I'm just kidding. She said, I've cleaned rabbits many times. Dispatched and clean. No smells at any times.
Getting with the dispatch.
Have a great day. Yeah, dispatch means
There's
they're farm raised again, so I'm not engaging with you again.
Yeah.
Guys, so
Panty waste.
if you notice, though, when girls signify that they were women, I quit replying because I'm not going to, like, trash talk a woman. I just don't like it. Especially considering it was for entertainment, and then I just felt bad. And then the guy said, never noticed a smell with rabbits. Groundhogs effing stink when you got them, though. And I said, you get really mad over him telling us 6 more weeks of winter, huh, bruh?
You had some of your best material during this
I was-
conflict.
Oh, it was like middle of the night, too. This guy goes, Zep Cherry Bomb is even better, but Fast Orange is amazing also. I said, thanks for the tip. That's good to know if I want to switch up smells. Haha, who knows what the ladies like.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks, AJ. And he said, this is just you, man. I couldn't care less. I go, nobody. It's really just you, LOL. He goes, been doing this my whole life, so does everyone around me. You're the first one I've ever heard whine. Again, I did not whine. I said, I've been doing it my whole life, and my nose works, so I know it smells. Maybe this is why girls don't like being around you.
These people also smoke cigs and have a 3-foot smoke smell radius around them at all times.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of the best ones.
With a big UAW.
And I
jacket.
Things don't smell like they used to, AJ. Things used to smell more.
Classic. Classic me.
So I got to scroll around because I hate the way TikTok doesn't prioritize it by what was said last. But this guy said, cowboy up, grow a pair, or just stick to tofu if you can't handle it. And I said, yeah, you should research who you're talking to. And that's not just a phrase. Like, actually look me up. Which he replied was, do you know who my dad is? Keep in mind, this guy has like 40 followers and no picture, no name. He goes, do you know who my dad is? Which is funny.
What
And
does
then-
he do?
And then he said, he goes, you're a guy, but he spelled it Y-O-U-R, a guy crying about cleaning his dinner. Well, maybe you eat them after you use them as a fleshlight. And that's why you're worried about the smell. You're afraid your girl will find out. To which I replied, proper vocab would be your with an apostrophe.
Fleshlight's
And then I said, man, I'm teaching you so much today. And then he said, you are hilarious. And he put, you are hilarious. And fair enough, you're right. If I have any questions about basic English, I'll come to you. But keep the feminine hygiene tips yourself. And I go, getting rabbit and fish gut smell off your hands is feminine hygiene? Not to split hairs again here, my man, but feminine hygiene refers to sanitary items for the vagina, not the hands. Anything else I can teach you today? He said, definitely feminine hygiene. Use old gas or diesel for brake clean. Get everything off your hands, and it doesn't turn you into a rainbow flag flying Biden supporter.
Oh.
Oh man.
So I said, "Google me, kid." He said, "I did. You were on To Catch a Predator." He said,
People are funny. That's
he said,
great.
I know. This
Oh,
guy,
that's a great one.
He said, "You should Google Summer's Eve. That should help you with your fishy smell."
So he just kept on coming.
That was a pretty good roast.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then he said one more thing, though. He goes, "But I'm not going to lie. It's kind of hard to bust your balls. I had a good laugh, and I hope you did too. I'll look you guys up. What should I Google?" And I said, "The Green Outdoors on History Channel." I go, "We're a bunch of friends that mess with each other all the time." He goes, "Oh, man, your show's great. That's awesome." I go, "Thank you." And that tofu bit was pretty good back from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
I did Google you.
So I ended up making a friend of it. Dude, he got me pretty good.
Catch a
He's the only
predator.
one that I think I lost to overall. Everyone else, I feel like I won.
But you ended up friends in the end.